Afternoon, everyone. We would like to welcome Rickie Fowler to the Media Center here at the ZOZO Championship. Rickie, making your third event start, but second here at AQUÍ. Just get some opening comments on what it's like to be back here in Japan.
Definitely a lot better to be back this year since we can go out and enjoy some of the good food and be able to go into Narita, and looking forward to getting back into Tokyo this year. I love coming over here. Love the culture. Obviously, being part Japanese, so yeah, excited to experience a bit more of Japan other than the hotel and golf course like last year.
Expanding on that, back and open, be bigger fan attendance. What are some favorite foods you're looking forward to this week?
Had some great sushi last night. I think we'll do some ramen tonight. I love all Japanese food, so we'll try and get a wide variety throughout the week. And if we're able to make it into Tokyo before Sunday, that'd be great. But if not, we'll go Sunday into Tokyo and enjoy and make the most of being over here.
Just wrapped up your Pro-Am. Just get some comments on how the course is looking for the week.
The golf course is great. Hopefully we can stay away from some of the rain tomorrow, but it's going to be a wet one out there. But the golf course drains really well. So I think it's one that I enjoy playing. It's fun, it's challenging, and as long as we can get through with not too much rain tomorrow, it's probably one of my least favorite climates or weather circumstances to play in. Get through Thursday and we'll go enjoy the rest of the week.
Like you mentioned with the rain, any special mindset heading into tomorrow where could be a lot of wet conditions?
Try and stay dry and move forward and kind of survive. We'll kind of see what the weather is when we get here tomorrow. Obviously, you can try and get ready. We know there's a chance it's going to rain most of the day and be fairly wet, but you never know until you're really out there. Deal with it. Everyone's going to be playing in it. We'll go make the best of it and try and enjoy the challenge that we have.
Quick turnaround from Shriners from Vegas. How's your game feeling entering the week and third start of the season?
Well, it wasn't too quick of a turnaround because I only played 2 days, so I had the weekend off. I got some good work in with Butch over the weekend. Got to spend some time with my family before being away from them this week. But I'm really excited game-wise. After a solid start to the year and finish in Napa. I'm very disappointed about last week in Vegas because I felt a lot better than what my performance showed. I spent too much time in the desert there in Vegas. So unfortunately, like I said, short weekend off, but definitely rested and ready to go over here.
Like you touched upon, started the season with the T6 in Napa at Fortinet. Made a lot of changes entering the season. How are those changes going so far?
I'm like I mentioned earlier, very happy. Excited about the partnership with me and Rickie on my bag. I feel like we work really well together. With being back with Butch and kind of keeping things fairly simple, but some pretty significant changes. But to see the results in Napa, that was a big step forward. So, just very kind of, like I said, excited about knowing where we're at and where we're heading. Also got to give a big congrats to Joe on a win last week. Obviously, him being on Tom's bag, so that was cool to see. Tom's a special player, but obviously happy for Joe as well.
Saw you were taking suggestions for special duo name with the Rickies, with Caddy. Have you guys come up with one?
No, the kind of R squared is kind of the one that's been around, or I've called Rickie that because his first and last name both start with an R. But as far as a nickname for the two of us, no. I think we're still open to nicknames for Rickie, my caddy, because with two Rickies out there, it can get a little confusing, but also makes it easier for days like today with pro-am groups, it's pretty simple for them to remember, Rickie for both of us. No, open to any suggestions.
And before play starts, just kind of talk about the fan base here and the support they get, especially here at Accordia with Japanese following.
The fans over here are amazing. They're very energetic. They love their golf. You can feel their appreciation for ZOZO having the event here and all the players coming over and playing. So I wish we could play in front of these fans a lot more, but it does make it special that this is kind of the 1 week that we get to. Really enjoyed being here last year and that we were able to have some fans out. So get through tomorrow, and then I'm hoping we have a great turnout, and we can have some good energy from the fans over the weekend.
With that, were there any questions from the media? We'll get a microphone over here back to Jeff in the back. Oh,
I've already got it. Rickie, you mentioned the challenges of the course. What are the challenges of this golf course? How do those differ from what you're used to seeing back in the United States?
I would say challenge-wise, it really doesn't differ a whole lot. Really, anywhere you play in the world, in a way. If you drive it well, it's going to make the rest of it a bit easier from there. This golf course, especially, I actually really like it because there's a lot of variety. You're not always, just hitting driver. There's some good short holes, reachable par fives. You got some long par fours that are tough, great par threes. But this is definitely a golf course where driving is kind of at a premium. So no, it's a fun challenge. Tomorrow's gonna be a little interesting with it, potentially how much rain we can get. But no, at the end of the day, golf's fairly simple. If you hit it where you're looking, hit it far enough, you'll be okay from there.
And then last question for you, working with Butch again, is it going back to some things from back in the day? Is it trying new things? Kind of what are you guys working on, and what are the goals for the season?
It's kind of a combo of old and new. I feel like over the last 3 years with Tillery has put me actually in a very good position to make some little changes, and I've coming from Tillery, I feel like I have a great foundation. Unfortunately, the play over the last few years didn't really reflect that, and so that was a bummer that it just really wasn't working out. But a lot of good things with Butch. One of the big things is kind of a steeper left arm plane, which ultimately gets my hands higher at the top and the club in a better position. Gives me more room and space and makes the swing a bit more efficient. So no, there's been a lot of good, for me, feedback from, just seeing how shots are coming out, and then obviously the finish and the play at Napa, not having, didn't necessarily play great, but to get around my first event with the changes and play the way I did was definitely a good sign.
We'll go over here back left.
Hey, Rickie, you talk about your love for the Japanese culture, food, and the fans, but just want to get your thoughts on the Japanese challenge this week. There are 15 Japanese players from the Japan Golf Tour. How do you see of them as a threat to your title ambitions this week?
Well, I mean, they're obviously the best players from over here, and I think it's a really cool opportunity for them to, play in a PGA Tour event, especially over here in Japan. I expect them to play well. All the guys here playing this week, like I said, are all great players. I remember last year there was plenty of the Japanese players that had a solid week here. I guess we can claim Hideki as a PGA Tour player. So it was kind of best of both worlds. With him winning here last year, that was some pretty amazing play he put together last week. But I'm looking forward to the Japanese players getting to play this week, and I expect them to play well.
Thank you, Rickie.
Unless there are any others, we'll wrap things up. All right. Thank you, Rickie, for taking the time to join us, and best of luck this week.
Thank you.